Welcome to Blue Collar Blitz Podcast. I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O.
Today, we are going to talk about breakout players, key questions for the NFC North teams, and who's most likely to win the division. So to get started, we're going to save the Lions for last, but to get started, we're going to start with the Green Bay Packers. You have any thoughts on how they're going to do this year? BetMGM has them projected to win about 9.5. They got them projected at 9.5 wins this season.
Who got them at that? Because
BetMGM.
I know Chicago. That's one of them. They one of them teams that you don't care about, but you got to care about.
You got to. You got to.
Yeah, you got to. But man, I give them 7.
7. Okay.
I see them at 7.
So the biggest question that people have for Green Bay is, can Jordan Love lead them, to the championship? Is he good enough, basically? He's got a lot to following Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, he had an all right season last year, but he's got to improve. That's the biggest question for them. I mean, if he's solid, they can go far.
And he got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, still young, you know. I mean, like anybody who get in Green Bay as a Q, they always got to try to follow Favre.
Yeah.
There would never be another one, but Green Bay I just don't like them.
I mean, we obviously don't like them. I mean, do I have them winning 9.5? I don't even know what their schedule is. Let's see if I can. I don't even know what their schedule is. Let's see if I can pull up who they're playing. Green Bay schedule. Who are they playing?
What was they wins and losses last season?
They were.
Oops, my bad.
No, you cool. Record 11-6.
Dang. Well,
they were 11-6, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, but they could pull off 9. What? Please, you got to explain this.
What
is the 0.5?
I mean,
half a game.
I mean, in betting, it's always because you're betting over or under. So if it's at 9.5, you're like, okay, I'm gonna bet that they'll get 10 wins, so it's over 9. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna bet under the 9.5, they'll win 9. Versus it being a solid 9 or a 10, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna bet that they'll win 11. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's at 10, okay, they'll win 9. That's just how they do it.
Okay,
that's just how they do it.
I knew you had an answer for it.
And that may not be the right answer. They may come for me in the comments. I don't care. That's just how they do it. That's my answer. When your kids ask you something, and they're like, "Why is it like this?" And it's like, that's just the way it is. It's like that because it's like that.
Well, I didn't know. You know me. I ask a question. I don't care if it's a dumb question or not. If I don't know it, I want to answer.
I feel you. So I'm looking at their schedule, and obviously we know, they got to play the other 3 teams in the division twice, but they have to play. They got to play Baltimore at home. They play Denver. They got the Giants, the Eagles, the Panthers, Steelers, Cardinals, and who was this? Bengals, Cowboys, Browns, Commanders. Obviously, I'm going to be biased and say they're not beating us. I'm saying that we'll sweep them.
A full sweep.
A full sweep. I don't think they will beat the Commanders either. So let me see who would I give them wins against? The Browns. I don't really believe in the Cowboys. We don't know what Trey Hendrickson is going to do with the Bengals. That's kind of a toss-up. They just lost their top corner. That's a loss. They'll beat the Cardinals. So where are we at? 3? They'll beat. Would they beat the Steelers? Ooh, the Steelers? No, I can't give them that win at the Steelers. They'll beat Carolina. So where we at 4? We at 4. They'll lose to the Eagles. They'll beat the Giants. That's 5.
Dang, you think they beat Carolina?
They'll beat Carolina. They'll beat Carolina at home. So where we at 5? And then they may split with the Bears and the Vikings. So 7. I'm gonna say under 9.5. If I'm betting right now, I'm going under. I should probably open my app right now and put that in.
I'm most definitely going under, but
I mean,
of course I go under because I just don't like them.
Yeah. Who did they draft? Let's look at their draft. Green Bay Packers draft. Didn't they pick draft picks? They got a tackle. They got a linebacker. They got a safety. I mean, they got a solid receiving course. It's all going to depend on Love. But they got a lineman and they're trying to shore up some of their defense. It's not a bad
two weapons. Matthew Golden and Savion Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong year. It is Matthew Golden. I was looking at the wrong, for some reason when I put it in, it brought up last year. That was last year. So yeah, Matthew Golden, and they got Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed is going to be the number 1. You got Matthew Golden who's going to take the top off, so he can probably hit people underneath. They did get a tackle in the second round.
And then they got Savion Williams.
Yeah, they got Savion Williams
and Josh Jacobs featuring with Josh Jacobs. So
I'm still going to say 7. I'm gonna stay with 7.
Oh,
I'm gonna stay with 7.
Agree.
I'm gonna stay with 7.
Yeah.
They lost Alexander at corner, who ended up going to Baltimore, I believe. So now you need somebody to step up there. You had one of the top corners in the league.
Where did they go?
Who?
You said one of their corners left?
Yeah, Jair Alexander. He went to the Ravens. They cut him. They cut him to free up some cap space. So according to the metrics, they're saying, which is probably why they picked up 2 receivers, there were 23 drop passes.
Oh.
So, I mean, if the receivers can, clean that up, he should be all right. So it wasn't always his fault. But I just don't know if he can be consistent.
Well, only time will tell. On to the next.
Next, we're gonna go, and you already know who we say who we're going with second, because we gotta save Chicago for right before the Lions. So we're gonna go with Minnesota. So they're projected to win 8.5. Without even looking at my notes, the biggest question is, can McCarthy do it? Now this one of y'all boys. He's coming back off the injury from last year. A lot of people considered him to be a game manager when he was at Michigan.
But Jay,
can he do what he needs to do in Minnesota? I mean, Jefferson don't need you to be a game manager. He needs you to get him the ball. Same thing with Addison. So that's the biggest question. What's your prediction?
I get him to 8.
You give him an 8? I'm gonna look up their schedule.
It's possible they can actually do a 9 and 8.
Look up the schedule and look up their draft picks. All right, they picked up Donovan. They got Donovan Jackson from Ohio State, and I had my eye on him for the Lions at guard.
Oh,
so that kind of hurt because he got picked up right before the Lions. that kind of hurt my heart. I was like, I was really looking at him. Like, even if we didn't go edge, I wouldn't have been mad if we had Jackson, but it is what it is.
He could have went to Chicago.
True. Then they picked up Ty Felton from Maryland. They got Ingram Dawkins, D tackle from Georgia in the 5th round, Kobe King from Penn State in the 6th, and Bartholomew, the tight end out of Pittsburgh. So they ain't really had too many draft picks. It's all gonna hinge on McCarthy. They said he had an impressive mini camp, showed off some pretty good arm strength and efficiency, but can he bounce back from the injury? You know how some people, when they get hurt, they're a little timid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I get hit, or if I run, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times it's not the actual injury, it's mental. Can you mentally get over the fact that you were hurt and now you're getting ready to take your first big hit? But I'm interested to see what he does. Because when they drafted him, I was like, really? McCarthy?
Man, that's because he was Michigan. Yeah, that's why he ain't want nobody from Michigan to get
I can't say that because I wasn't mad at Hutch.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at Hutch, to be totally honest. I had my eye on Kayvon Thibodeau.
Well,
and now we're seeing hindsight is 2020. Hutch is the better pick.
Because he a beast.
It wasn't that I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at Kayvon Thibodeau being so disruptive. Hindsight, obviously, Hutch is the better pick, right? I mean, Thibodeau may be on the trade block before the trade deadline this year because of, them picking up Abdul Carter and already having, the other DN there. So Thibodeau's coming off the bench. So it's like, why are we paying? If we can get something for you, if we can dangle you in front of somebody and pick up like a third or a fourth just to like get you gone, he might not even be there. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind having him here with Hutch. I feel like that would re-energize him. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I got Hutch on the other side of me too, man. I'm about to go crazy. But man can dream. You know what I'm saying? My Madden dreams. That's my Madden dreams. But yeah, I just didn't believe in McCarthy. Looking at the receiving core that they had, I'm like, they got Jefferson and you got McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Jefferson and Addison.
Mm-hmm. You got to throw. There's no like, you got to throw. You got to feed the beast. So
what they got in front? Ryan Kelly.
What are you looking at?
Let's say front anchors by a new big man. Ryan Kelly and Fry.
Oh, the O-line?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have a improved interior line.
Yeah, they look like they can do something, but I think they'd be all right.
He'll have the protection. It's just, we got to see what happens. So, what was the prediction? 8.5 wins?
Yep.
Let's look at this schedule. You got the Houston Texans. L. That's week 1. That's an L. Wait a minute. Nope. That's preseason. Let me scroll down. Sorry about that. Chicago Bears. At the Bears. What you giving them? Ooh.
First game?
First game at the Bears. That might be an L.
Ooh.
That might be an L.
That may be an L, but we don't want it. We want Chicago to get the L.
That might be an L, though, man. You got to go to Chicago your first game. That might be an L. I'm going to say L. All right, week 2, they got to play the Falcons. We give them a win? I give them a win over the Falcons.
Yeah.
I like the Falcons quarterback, though. He beat our ass when he played Michigan State. Multiple years, multiple teams. I really like their quarterback. I really like their quarterback. But Bengals, same thing. We don't really know what the Bengals are going to do because we don't know what Trey Hendrickson is going to do. We know what your offense is capable of, but you have a 2-time sack leader saying, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. They're 0-4 starting the season.
Damn.
I'm going to give them 0-4. I don't know what McCarthy can do.
Wow.
I'm going to give them 0-4 starting the season. I'm going to give them 0-4. You got to go to the Bears. Then you play the Falcons at home. Cool. You play the Bengals. Then you got to go to the Steelers. I'm going to give them 0-4. Y'all not winning until week 5. The Vikings not winning until week 5.
Wow. Okay.
Then you got to buy to think about it. You know what you about to think about?
1-4 right now. Go ahead.
You 1-4. You about to think about the L you're going to take in week 7 to the Eagles. That's what your bye is going to be.
Oh, man.
You got the Chargers. At the Chargers. L.
Damn.
You got at the Lions. L. You got the Ravens at home. L. You got the Bears at home. I'll give you that one. You got 2 wins. In week 11. You got 2 wins in week 11. I'll give you that one. You at Green Bay. L. You at Seattle. I'll give you Seattle in week 13. I'll give you Seattle. I'll give you 3 wins. Then you got the Commanders at home. L.
Damn.
Then you at the Cowboys. Maybe he's a little bit more comfortable. I give you a win. What is that, 4? We have 4?
Yeah.
We're at 4. Then you got the Giants. I give you that, 5. Then you got home with the Lions, L. Then you got Green Bay at home. I give you the win. I give you the win. I give you the win there. Because depending on what Jordan Love does, and that being the last game of the season, he might be chilling. That might be a game where he's like, we're not playing for anything right now. I'm resting. So I give you that win. You got 6 wins. So they're projected to go 8.5. I give you 6. I'm going under. I'm under on 2 teams so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Because I said 7 for yeah. We're going under. It all depends on McCarthy though. Can you play better than Darnold? If you can't play better than Darnold, then it is what it is. But they definitely, I mean, they improved that line. As a matter of fact, they signed a player in the free agency that I wanted the Lions to get. Will, what is his name? He's a guard. I can't remember his last name, but I had my eye on him and I was like, we need to shore up guard. Damn it, they signed him. All right, moving on. Bears. Bears are projected to win 8.5 like the Vikings. Key question for them. Can Ben Johnson, can he lead them like he led the Lions?
I don't care.
Will he be just as effective? That's the question we all have. I know that they did a lot of revamping on their O-line. I don't even want to pull up their schedule and their picks, but we did it for everyone else, so we got to do it. Bears schedule, Bears picks. It would help if I could spell. All right. They got your boy over there. That's the first person I saw. He was the only reason that your team beat Michigan State last year. Well, I won't say the only reason. He was a large reason why you guys beat Michigan State by 7 last year.
What they put over there?
Colston Loveland, 10th overall pick, that tight end. We couldn't stop him. And now the Bears have him. Then they picked up Burton out of Missouri. They got a offensive tackle, D tackle, linebacker. They picked up a guard from Michigan State. I didn't think he was going to go that low, 6th-round pick. So, but, in the offseason, they picked up a lot of players. 5, actually. So he should, in theory, be protected, the quarterback. But we got to see what the play calling is going to be. I'm not going to say that it all hinges on Ben Johnson. I'm going to say it hinges on him and Caleb Williams. We know that he has the ability and the talent, but I mean, we got to see what he can do. So,
it's still a whole new team. He ain't going to get over there and make the Bears the Lions. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
and they got a new defensive scheme because they got Dennis Allen over there. So both sides, are learning, new schemes or whatever. But there were a couple of my friends that are from Chicago. They didn't like that Loveland pick. They were actually pissed about the Loveland pick.
Why?
They felt like they had other needs. But I'm like, but you have to remember that when Ben Johnson was here, we used our tight ends a lot. That's like a safety valve for him. So, and it's not like he's a trash tight end. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people were pissed. A lot of my coworkers and friends, they were like, "Nah, no, I'm not a believer. I don't like it." So I was like, "Well, you can't be as pissed as we are because we went D tackle." But we'll talk about that later. Because we went D tackle in the first round instead of getting the edge rusher. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But
so, let's do the lineup for the Bears.
Schedule for the Bears. Vikings at home. Okay. At the Lions, L. Moving on. We ain't even got to rest on that. Y'all 0-2. Dallas at home. Really? It's Dallas, bro. It's Dallas, though, bro. I don't like Dallas, but come on, man. It's Dallas.
Yeah, it's also Dak.
That's the problem, too. Did you see them last year?
Did I see them last year?
Did you see the team as a whole last year?
Yeah, I seen them.
All right, you got L. We're gonna go
Ray
L.
Charles.
We're gonna go L. We're gonna go L. That's fine. They 0-3 at the Raiders.
Still,
At the Raiders. That's got to be a W, right? Pete Carroll's first year, you know what I'm saying? He got to revamp a bunch of stuff. So that's a W. So what are we, 1-3? They're 1-3. Then they get a bye. They get a bye so they can think about going to the Commanders and losing. L. Saints. That's a win, bro. That's a win. At the Ravens. Wait. You thinking about the Saints?
I thought about it real
Think
quick.
about the QB situation. That's a win. We got to give them something. That's a win.
All
right. At the Ravens, loss.
L.
At the Bengals.
Ooh.
This Trey Hendrickson thing, man. I can't. Why the Bengals played? Everyone in the NFC North plays the Bengals. And I can't predict that game because I don't know if you're going to have your sack leader on the team. I know you can score points. Can you stop others from scoring points? Can you get to the quarterback?
Well, we got to give them something. Let's give them that one.
You going to give them that? You going to give them that one at the Bengals?
Yeah, I give them that.
All right, so that's 3. Giants at home, 4. We're not giving the Giants any love at all. I have no confidence. Just lose all the games and trade Thibodeau to the Lions. At the Vikings.
L.
Pittsburgh at home.
Pittsburgh at home? Or
Pittsburgh at no. The Bears are home playing Pittsburgh.
I give it to them.
Okay, 5. Okay. At the Eagles, L. At the Eagles, L. That's because that's not a discussion.
Man.
Is it? Is that a discussion?
No. This how you like, L.
Yeah, like when it's easy, it's just like, let's get this over with. That's an L. At the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay. Oh, that's their next
They're at the they're at Green Bay, week 14. That should be a good one. L? Okay, so they're still at 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Browns. That's got to be a win.
Yeah,
they got 17 quarterbacks fighting to start in Cleveland. 17 of them.
Come on, they really ain't got 17.
Okay, 16.
You got the whole bench of quarterbacks.
Shedeur Sanders is speeding on highways. Like, who knows who's going to start? They holding tryouts with high school players. Yeah, he got a speeding ticket, man. He flying through the streets of Cleveland. He playing GTA in Cleveland.
Oh,
that was
man,
the news. I'm looking to see the news. Like, yeah, man, he was ripping it up, and they're like, no, he got stopped for speeding. And I'm like, that's the headline you want. So yeah, who knows who's gonna be quarterback? You know, they might have Keanu Reeves from the replacements. I don't know who the quarterback is going to be for the Browns, so we got to give him the win.
Oh man,
we got to give him the win.
Are we gonna just bring in the longest yard?
Yeah. I mean, how old is Jamie Foxx, man? He can be Willie Beeman.
Willie Beam?
Yeah, let Jamie Foxx try out. Everybody else trying out. So that's a win. So that's 6. Now they're at home playing Green Bay. You said what?
Get LL up in that.
They might need him. Hey, you can try out too. Green Bay. They play Green Bay at home. Green Bay may still be playing for something in week 16.
I think they're going to catch an L on that one.
Okay. At the 49ers.
L.
It's not hold on. It's not the same 49ers team, even though they do have the best defensive coordinator in the league, in my opinion, the former coach of the Jets. But it's not the same. It's not the same 49ers team. They had to do a lot of revamping. But they are at home in San Francisco.
L.
All right. And then we go to Chicago to play them. Lions, last game.
Oh, we winning.
Oh, we winning?
We winning.
I got a feeling that even if we're not playing for anything in week 18.
Try to beat the brakes off there.
Exactly. They're like, we already locked up the first seed, and we're still starting everyone.
Ain't gonna try to beat the brakes off.
We're starting everyone. Everyone's starting. No one's resting.
They gonna go in.
At least the first half. Like, we're starting the first half, and then we'll let everybody else play in the second half. But everyone's dressing. Everyone's going. All right, so that's 6 wins. So that's another under. You know how much, dude, if I bet all, well, I can't bet all unders. Well, I don't know. We got to see what the Lions looking like. Let's pull them up. I don't like typing in Lions draft pick because I don't like all the draft picks. No, I don't hate them. I just don't like where they got some of them. All right. And we went over this in a previous podcast, but we're just gonna go over it again since we're talking about breakout players and betting GM over and unders. They have us projected to win 10.5. Pretty damn good. Obviously, the biggest question is we have 2 new coordinators. We have John Morton, who didn't do too hot with his stint. Where was he? Was he with the Jets?
Nah.
Where was he in 2017? He had it didn't go well. I want to. Why do I want to say the Jets? I don't. Maybe I just got the Jets on the mind. I want to say it was the Jets, but I know it was 2017. But he didn't do too hot, so we got to see how he's going to do with this offense. And then you got Shepard stepping up. So those are the key questions: is can we replicate the success of the former coordinators that were here? Obviously, the key position to watch for us is edge rusher. And surprisingly, this article has our breakout player being Christian Mahogany, which we're going to need you to break out. We're going to need you to help with that O-line. As long as the O-line holds, our offense is good. We got the 2-headed monster. We got the best running back duo in the league, so I'm not worried about that. Defense is my concern. I know we picked up DJ Reed at corner. I need Terry and Arnold to really lock in. I know the first year was kind of rough. I need him to have a strong start because I don't want to. I like Arnold. I don't want to have that gut feeling that he might be a bust, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he will be, but I'm really looking forward to seeing if he's going to be that guy. So even though this article is saying it's going to be Christian Mahogany, I'm hoping more so that it's Arnold. Still don't know what we're going to do with this other defensive end. I mean, I know we got Davenport that's going to start, and we heard rumblings in the past few weeks that they may bring Smith back, but I don't know because there were also rumblings that one of our divisional opponents may sign him. And I don't really know what the holdup is because, I mean, he's still available. So the only thing I can think is that he wants money that no one's willing to give him. So at that point, it's like, are you willing to retire or sit out the entire season or take what you're going to get? Because the preseason starts in a month, like 5 weeks.
So we don't need another retirement.
I mean, he ain't on the team, so if he retired, it's no knock to, you know what I'm saying? But excuse me, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. I mean, when he was at the BET Awards, he said, people know where I want to be. I want to be a Lion. So why aren't you a Lion? Are they offering you we gonna give you $5 million? My thing is this. And I feel it's the same with Trey Hendrickson. I'm all for players being paid what they're worth.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had this.
But if you feel like you're close enough to winning a ring and you don't have one, is there a middle ground you can come to where you're give me most of what I'm worth, right? And then put the rest in incentives.
Yeah.
So with Smith, if he's I want 11 mil, and they're we're not giving you 11 mil, fine, give me 7 and put 4 million in incentives. If you're Trey Hendrickson with the Bengals situation, what was he asking for? He wanted in the upper 20s, right?
Yeah, he wanted some money.
Give me 20 and put 8 in incentives. I've been the sack leader for the last 2 years. So if you feel like my age is a concern, and it's the same thing with Smith to where they're like, you're older, I don't know if we really want to give you that money. But it's not really that they don't want to give them the money. You don't want to pay these players that are older because you don't know if their production is going to drop.
Right.
So just give it to him. It's like, can you have that be the middle ground? Now, obviously, it's ultimately going to be up to the player if he's going to accept that. But if you feel like, damn, 2 years ago, they were in the NFC Championship. They brought me here. I got a few sacks under my belt, but now I got Hutch on the other side. And for the most part, we still have our core. We can make it back, to the NFC Championship and possibly beyond. Yeah, just make them incentive. If I give you 10 sacks, you got to pay out the whole contract. If I give you 10 sacks, I want all 11 mil. So I don't know. That's it's wishful thinking, but those are some of the things that I think about.
Well,
I just don't understand.
Leagues do it though,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like sack bonuses, you get this many,
yeah.
they be trying to take some heads off.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get somebody incentive.
I mean, you had crazy incentives with the Saints. I know you remember the Sean Payton years. Shout out to Sean Payton playing NFL Blitz with the league. If he busts his kneecap open, extra $500,000. Just saying.
Oh man!
But we went over our prediction, right? Did we have a prediction in the earlier podcast? We can go over it again. Because I don't remember what it was, honestly.
Man, let me see.
You remember what it was? It's in the notes.
Can I write it down? Was that one of my paper days?
Because I do not remember what. I know we went over it. I mean, we may as well. They got us. BetMGM has us at 10.5. We can go over the seasons.
I think we said we had them at 11-1.
No. Actually, I do remember. I think you only gave them 3 losses. And I think I may have given them like a couple more. Either way, we will both be over the 10.5. Yeah, you only gave them 3 losses. Because the game that I wasn't sure about was the Rams. But you gave them a loss to Philly, Baltimore, and was it the Rams?
Philly, KC.
Philly, Baltimore. We don't play them. Philly, Baltimore. We don't play KC this year. It must have been Philly, Baltimore, and the Rams.
Stafford?
It's at Stafford though. It's at LA. Yeah, that was the kicker, is that it was late in the season and it was at the Rams. I mean, we played Pittsburgh, but I don't think you gave them a loss on that. So I think you gave them 3 losses, and I may have given them a couple. I don't know. For those of you watching this episode, you can go back and watch the first episode. We greatly appreciate it. That's where the prediction lies. But it's right. Like, comment, and subscribe, and watch the first episode over. But it's over. I mean, 10.5 wins. We got them over. So we're betting over on the Lions and under on the other 3 teams, which obviously means we beat 3-time NFC North champions, as we should be. This episode is not going to age well if Chicago ends up winning the crown. Considering we've dedicated at least 2.5 of our 4 episodes to them. But they always seem to keep coming back up. But yeah. We're gonna win the crown again. So next week we're going to get into who's the top coach in the NFC North. Obviously it's Campbell, but we'll discuss some things. Okay, well, we don't. Now I need a new topic for next week, guys. We need a new topic now. So comment some new topics.
Look, I guess we can't be biased.
I firmly believe it's Campbell. And Matt is a solid coach. I mean, we can't really give Ben Johnson. Yeah, he has to obviously be 4th because it's your 4th year. Yeah, I mean, it's your first year, so you obviously are 4th. So it's really only between 3 coaches. But I respect the other 2 coaches. I just think Dan is better. I think he has a lot more buy-in with the team. I mean, we've had some miraculous games just under his motivation. Comeback wins and like we ain't out of it yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll talk about that and more. We got to see what's going on training camp. It's kind of it's slow in the off season. There's no real college news other than recruiting. I did notice, I know I'm going to eat crow on this. I noticed that we as in Michigan State, we are beating Michigan right now in recruiting. Still early. It's very early. But for next year, we are winning in recruiting. We're not going to beat you, but let me live in this moment and have a glass of my favorite bourbon while I enjoy these few weeks that we're ahead of you.
That's a good time. Because the simple fact.
I saw, we got a couple. We might have 4 stars coming. I was like, oh, we're getting 4 stars. We're getting 4 stars. Slow clap. You gonna give me a slow clap? That's so disrespectful. For those of you out there who play college football, PlayStation, Xbox, leave a comment. I have a league going. We're about 20-something people strong. If you guys, want to get an invite into the league and lose daily, the invites are open. Because we are hardcore in this. We are hardcore in this league. This college football league is, and it's nationwide. We got people from Cali. We got it's people from all over. New York, Michigan, everywhere. They're everywhere.
That's all you, man. I mean, if it was Atari or something, maybe I can go.
No, this is going out. This is going out to the fans or the potential fans, who want to, have a little extracurricular activity and they want to get down with the host and, see if they can win the championship. In the future, we might stream some things and, we're still kicking around ideas to. Nah, man, it's on Game Boy. It's on Game Boy Color.
ColecoVision. How about
Game Boy Color.
ColecoVision.
That's before my time, man. When did that come out? When Jax came out? Y'all still playing Jax?
Ball and Jax?
Yeah, y'all still playing Ball and Jax when that?
Wow. Don't be mad because you were still swimming.
Hey, I was swimming.
Still swimming.
I had to wait till real games came out. Double Dribble. Remember Double Dribble? So
That was Nintendo.
That was Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, and then when you would dunk, it would be in slow motion in black and white.
Man, yeah, right.
And we thought that was the coolest thing. Oh, it's in black and white.
It's coming.
So, all right. But that's it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for next week, and we'll see you then. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Good day.